Hello everyone, and this is SeReNiiTYzZ here, back with another awesome Fortnite Battle Royale video for you guys today. I'm very excited in this gameplay today, guys. As you can see, Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ duos episode 1, game 1 with Robior. Very excited for this matchup today, guys, because Rob and myself were both online. Gangsters hadn't gone just yet, so I said to Rob, let's get this duo win, bro. And obviously I've already won with Robior in countless squad games with Gangsters as well, but also I have won in duos with Robior before, but I wasn't alive at the end to see the victory royale, although I was with him the entire time as he clutched it up on his own to win it all by himself for us. But it was nice in this gameplay today, guys, because I was able to survive with Robior until the very end and got a really nice gameplay with him in this gameplay today, and featuring gameplay of the cloak shadow skin, which I really like, and obviously Rob with the blue links. So very excited to start this one up today, guys, and really just can't wait to go through this game, because I think both from Rob and myself, it was a really solid game throughout. Robior played really well in this gameplay, and such a talent on all shooter games that he plays, first or third person. But yeah, fantastic performance from him today, and I really liked how I played in this game to play today as well. And definitely there's going to be some scope for me today to talk about how I could have improved in this game, and you know, how I could have got a little bit better to help Rob even more in certain situations. But yeah, definitely did my part. I think I played well anyway. But yeah, some really good things to comment on. A really solid game from the both of us, so I'm really excited to get in there and commentate it. But at the start, guys, you can see we went to the Viking village. This is an area that sometimes Rob and myself like to go to, and we do have a couple of teams coming up here. So as soon as I started at the beginning, I was getting over to Rob very quickly, because he said he's got a lot of pressure on him, and eventually he gets a nice kill onto a player. Had to take one of them down. At this point I'm just rushing over to him, because the game prior we had a very crap start, so I was just making sure that we both stayed alive. You know, I can't like all or nothing at this point to knock this guy down, and a really nice play for me to get there to get to Rob. And at this point here, some great covering shots, some really nice plays from Rob to get around that wall, buying me enough time for me to get both of those kills onto that team there. So we did really well and killed 3 players in that instance. I killed that double team, and Rob got a solo player. At the time I thought, because it being you know, having 3 kills, I thought there might be a 4th, but Rob sort of explained I think that guy was a solo player, so there was only 3. But fantastic performance from us there, and you know, great teamwork from both of us, showing that we can work really well together. And you know, just so clutch from Rob to, you know, really edge out in that 1v1 situation that he was in, and then buying me time for me to get there with that double team. Massive plays from him, and similarly, like a lot of the times in this match, actually, Rob really goes off. Like his individual 1v1 brilliance and the guys that he faces off against buys us a lot of opportunity in this game, and makes it a very convincing royale. And yeah, as you can see, after that I was pretty nervous to go out to try and find heals, but yeah, very nice start from both Rob and myself to stay alive, and at this point now starting to loot. And yeah, just great teamwork, and you know, some really great display there, and I think that shows how we've always worked, you know, really well together on Halo. I mean, Rob's such a beast on in Halo games as well, so it's been a pleasure to play alongside him, because he's a very talented player online. So you know, I've been really fortunate over the years to have the privilege to team up with him. But at this point here, I find a med kit and some minis, which is really huge. And I think at this point I misheard Rob as well at a point, because he said that he found more minis, you know, more than the one that he gave me. So I could have had 200 health here. I think I ended up using this med kit and using the shield pod to get myself 175 HP. Which, you know, is still decent, but it was a little bit of a poor communication lapse on my perspective there to not hear Rob at the time. So my bad for that, Rob. Just didn't hear at the time the gameplay, I guess. And at this point here, just continuing to loot, and yeah, perhaps it would have made a difference as well, me taking that other mini, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. And slightly unconventional little build that I'm doing here just to get to both chests, and at this point here, don't have anything else, so reason the bandages are worth taking. And yeah, at this point going to drink the shield pot as well now to get my shield up. And yeah, last thing that we need from the Viking place is just to get some material for the road. The good thing about this place is that there isn't really, the loot's not bad here. There's not a great plentiful supply of material, but you have got rifts nearby to sort of get you out of you know, get you sort of roaming around the Fortnite world, so you don't have to stay here for a long period. But yeah, it's not the greatest for material, as you can see here. I'm just farming a little bit that's left on the side. There's a tree here. That's really about it. There's a few of these trees around the complex, but that's it. So, and you know, definitely need material for the open road. And as soon as I finish mining materials, Rob's like, there's a team here, right here. I'm like, oh great. And at this point here, there's some really nice shots of the blue pump. Feeling that I've done enough to get the kill and actually stop firing because I thought I had done enough. And like I said, maybe that extra 25 bit of HP would have made a difference, but it does not matter because Robior 1v1 brilliance again with his player out of that team. He was able to take that guy down and then responds really quick to my call out. Nice play from me to get down whilst knocked, at least to avoid getting, you know, removed from the game. And Rob comes round, turns around the corner and finishes that guy off, and then gives me the mini that I should have had earlier. But fantastic plays from Rob because he kept me in the game there. And you know, nice plays from myself as well to get that guy really weak. He must have been like, you know, 10 health, 5 health left, because honestly I did so much damage with that blue pump, and I was actually a bit mad that I got knocked there, to be honest. Not at Rob, more for myself. Like, you know, I can't believe I did get knocked, but hey, it happened and Rob clutched up, so we're still in the game. But fantastic performance from him because yeah, really solid, you know, being able to keep me in the game as he did, and yeah, I'm really grateful. And you know, still at this point, you know, we're still in contention to get this duo royale win where we're both alive at the end, because we haven't had that yet. So I was like, you know, it's all good, it's still working out. But yeah, definitely doing our bit as well to, you know, at the end of the day, it's a team effort. So whoever gets the kills, it doesn't really matter. It's all that matters is the royale. But yeah, fantastic plays from Rob, and like I say, it's a game that he really shines in. And like I said about my own personal performance, I really want to sort of highlight where I could have improved, you know, to do a bit better in this game. But also, you know, it really shows off how good Rob is on Fortnite Battle Royale. And you know, hasn't been playing, I don't think he has been playing as long as I have in Fortnite Battle Royale, but from what I've seen of him, like in the last while I've been playing with him in Gangsters, like the way he's improved, you know, since I've started playing them is just amazing. I mean, you know, they were, you know, both Rob and Gangsters were very good when I started playing with them, but like even now I think they're just making such big strides to their game. It's really, really nice to see. And even myself, you know, I'm trying to improve in ways that, you know, I'm not like as good at. And no, it's really, really encouraging to see. And like I say, we win a lot more games now as a result. I think we're just all collectively improving together. And yeah, fantastic performance from Robior today. Definitely one of the best games I've played with him as well. And definitely from my highlights videos, you're going to see a lot of sick footage from him as well. But but yeah, definitely some great clutches. And at this point here, going over to Pleasant, for a minute I thought it hadn't been looted because I could see some things around, but it was all the stuff that they, all the stuff that the guys didn't want. And at this point here, great awareness from Robior. He spots a team across the way at Pleasant. Really nice vision from him because I didn't actually see it. And at this point here, I'm just trying to get material as I go and try and look for this team that, you know, Rob has spotted, and trying to sort of get a pinpoint on their location. And as I tried to look through the centre park, I think Rob marks it on the map, and they actually riffed off into the distance. So at this point here, I do see it as a bit of a threat because they've rifted, and you never know with a rift whether they'll drop down you. And I really like the fact that I hit the guy mid-air here because it's probably going to make them back away from us. But I just said to Rob at this point, just keep an eye out because it might come back over here. But I'm happy they went away, to be honest, because I think we kind of need another fight, you know, to get myself in a better state with, and also Rob as well, to get himself more shields. But both of us, yeah, both of us kind of needed more like shield heals. But yeah, so we could, you know, sort of do a fight, to be honest, you know, being in like the, you know, top 20 sort of area at the moment in the game, with quite a few, you know, decent amount of slays under our belt as a team. He definitely could do with another fight, so you know, I wouldn't be too upset if they were to come back. But at this point here, just being careful as I mine material and moving in with Rob here to the next zone. So yeah, nice plays from us anyway. So at this point here, you can just see continue into mine, and I think at this point Rob was like, let's just use the quad bike to get up to the rift quick, which was a nice call from him, saved us a little bit of time, and why not use the things that are in the game to make things a bit quicker to get around the map. I probably don't do enough of it, to be honest, so really nice play from Rob, and as you can see, we're taking the rift here and just trying to survey over our kingdom. Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ, this is their victory royale to win right here for the channel, but at this point here I see the team as well that Rob has just marked out on the map, and this was one of the improvements that I wanted to sort of talk about, my personal gameplay that I think I could have improved on here. Yeah, I know that I've got Robior in support, right? He's very good on Fortnite Battle Royale now. Why do I land here? I'm not sure why I did that type of gameplay. I think I was just trying to avoid getting too close, but when we have Rift, you know, look where that hill is as well. Should have landed where Rob is, to be honest, and I'm annoyed that I didn't do that at the time now, because it would have been a lot easier this fight had I have done it. Still putting some nice pressure onto the guy in the middle, but honestly, if I got up the hill with Rob, it would have been a lot easier, and luckily again, Robior with his 1v1 brilliance really makes this fight easier on us, but even still, the second guy goes to rush him. It's lucky I put some damage on him for Rob to take out, but Rob really did it all there, and I have to say, him coming clutch in his personal build fight. Then we have another team landing on us, so that's why I was kind of harsh with myself with the fact that where I landed at the time, because, you know, now Rob and I are kind of separated. Again, I think Robior clutches up in this fight and manages to put pressure on both players, and we get them both knocked again. So, like I said, I think Rob being absolutely brilliant at this point in the gameplay made this possible. I sort of helped him where I could by putting on some shots. I did some nice damage with the burst on that second guy who was trying to land on us. You know, nice awareness from myself to spot them as quickly as I did, whilst Rob was kind of destroying the other kids over here. And you know, fantastic plays from Rob. I think massive game from him, and yeah, fantastic. One of the best games I've actually seen him play as well, and been witness to. So I think in this gameplay, he really, you know, him being brilliant, I really do want to sort of praise him for that. Made this game a lot easier for us generally. So just great plays from him. At this point, we're just gathering the loot. As you can see, I've got a quad launcher. Also found a medkit here, which is pretty useful, and a rift, and a heaviest sniper rifle as well, which is lovely. And at this point here, I was thinking I might as well use that medkit. I've got some time, and also I think with how the Royale's going, I wanted myself to start off the next recording as well, which was another reason I wanted to get in this. I was thinking, you know, it's going to be a really good game for the channel if we get it. So yeah, definitely was thinking I've got to get all that ready. And at this point here, there's quite a lot of good things I want to take with me. I've got the grappler. You know, the quad launcher would have been nice to take as well, but I just didn't have the space. And I think at this point I was saying to Rob, you know, can we rift to the zone? He was like, no, we can walk. And I think the reason I was asking him is just because I had no medical heals, and you know, potentially I could have taken those med kits. So, but you know, it's not a big deal because I've got an all purple loadout now, which looks kind of nice, and do have the best things in terms of general combat, I would say. So, so as we move forward here, I'm just looking on the road for heals. Rob at this point has a load of minis from the guys that he's killed, and a really big kill gameplay from Rob. I'll tell you what it is at the end. But you know, fantastic performance from him here as we move in the final few circles. So at this point here, guys, as Rob and I are moving into the final circle, we spot a team on the hill, and also towards the Dusty Devo side of the map, you can see a massive build fight has been occurring there, a massive bit of build structure. But I think Rob and I decided at this point that we're going to push onto those guys on the hill after we need to get into the new zone. And at this point here, you can just see Rob checking out the machine. At this point here, I see that you can get a campfire for the wood, which I think is a good deal at this point in the game, because I didn't really have any you know, medical heals for myself, so I was happy to pick it up, to be honest, because I just wanted some form of heal. You can see my inventory is a very good one with the rift, but you know, Rob has his own mini, so that's good. But I just felt a bit, you know, like I might need something that potentially can heal, so was happy to definitely pick that up. And at this point here, I said to Rob, like, oh yeah, we've got to move in, bro. So eventually making the way, you can see Link's Robior right there getting ahead of the game, getting into the zone, and yeah, just checking our surroundings as we're doing this. You know, so definitely that dusty Devo build fight, oh my god, you know. And as you can see, there's a team here on the hill of a wooden tower. So I think Rob at this point was saying to me, just stick to the left a bit and try to get behind these trees so we don't get spotted, which I thought was a good idea. Definitely want to attack that team. They're in a good position, and I decided to sort of build up on the left side of the hill to put the pressure on. And that's what we're going to do right here. So at this point here, I think Rob's just behind me, taking a nice position from behind. And we separate a little bit here, which I kind of like. A little bit of distance between us as we push up onto the hill and make the push, and as you can see, the guy's aware of my presence. So at this point here, I'm backing down a little bit because he's in a good spot there on the hill, and it's awkward for me to build around. And I wasn't sure exactly where Rob was, but Rob getting a massive knock onto what I think was his teammate, and that completely changes the complexity of this fight. I mean, after Rob gets that knock, it's pretty much over for these guys on top of the hill, because now we can push in really aggressively as he tries to pick up his partner, or tries to make a play on both of us. So at this point here, really nice plays, and at this point here, just securing a bit more of a structure. Nice shots onto the guy. Obviously, I've identified the little cube he's in up there. Unfortunately, I fell here, which was a bit annoying. I should have been so hasty. I should have just kept building a little bit and just kind of taken my time a little bit more with the shots. But at this point here, get around the hill again and get on the other side of the cube to help Rob finish this guy off. He's determined to try and keep him and his partner in the game. But eventually there, as you can see, we take him down, and he had a nice gold pump, which I take. And again, after that little fight, we did really well there. That's a big win because they had the hill. And at this point here, just going to set the campfire down, because both Rob and I could do with a little bit more help for the final battle. And it looks like we're against one team and one player left now. I think it's 5 players on the player count there, so we're against 3. So I would say a double team and a single player. And at this point here, using the campfire to get our health, and as we push away, I hear what we think is the single player. So at this point here, just taking care to finish this guy off. Rob's got a trap down there, and he's just gone onto my section where he's closed off by my wall, so I know he's going to struggle to get out. Tries to get around us, and at this point here, I build a really nice bit of wall to protect us, and really nice gold pump headshot there to finish off the job a little bit from range, so only doing 136, but yeah, solid hit there. And at this point here, we've got a Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ favourite, a 2-on-2. So yeah, very excited for this showdown, guys, and just trying to identify where the team are. Got a decent amount of material as well, and identify where they are. They can't be anywhere else in the zone. That must be their base. And at this point here, I was just trying to weigh it up. I didn't really want to set up here because obviously we still don't know where the final circle is going to. So at this point here, I was just saying to Rob, and I eventually find out it's going all the way over there. So I say to Rob at this point, just let me know what they're doing, buddy. I'm going to go and get the zone early, because where they are on that hill, it's just not a nice place to push. And I think we can have this fight a lot easier if we get the zone early. So at this point, I tell Rob that I'm doing that, and I say to him, just communicate if they are going to press you, because I think they kept thinking to themselves that both of us were over there. And luckily for us, that buys us a lot of time. And I think Rob at this point plays so well under this kind of situation. So I decided to get the zone early, and these guys are pretty alert on the chase, this team that we're playing, because as soon as I start to set up, they start putting some shots over towards me. So they really didn't want me getting the zone early. As you can see and hear, they're starting to apply some rockets and stuff to my base, and some shots. So at this point here, I'm just being careful of that and just taking my time, making sure that I don't peek so early here, because if I get knocked in this fight, or Rob gets knocked, it will be a completely different scenario for us. So we have got the advantage of getting the zone early. As you can see, a storm's starting to move now, so we have to move from that hill base of theirs. And again, I'm just being careful not to waste too many materials by rebuilding, but just trying to land some shots, whilst they're trying to move over to us. And at this point here, I think Rob does really well on his own individually to buy a lot of time and to create a distraction over there. As you can see, I landed a few shots onto the guys, but I'm getting a lot of pressure myself. They're trying to destroy my structure, and at this point here, Rob's given everything he has. He says to, I'm gonna die in a second. At this point here, I get some really nice covering shots, and literally as Rob gets knocked with the really nice play that he made towards the end there, SeReNiiTYzZ gives them the red card and finishes it off with a ride the pony. And we definitely rode the pony in that game, guys, because Rob had 9 kills, 9, and I had 5 kills with 5 assists. So I played pretty well in this one, but I think the main star of the show was Rob with 9 kills. So a 14 kill duo win combined for us both, Robior and SeReNiiTYzZ right there. And the first meaningful duo with the both of us still alive at the end, although Robior's clutch on his own in duos was sick, I'm not going to lie, and I think he's done that with gangsters as well. So definitely Rob, becoming such a great talent on the game, like all games that he plays, and yeah, 9 kills for Robior in this game is very good, and I really like this duo royale. I think it's the best one I've played with Rob thus far, and I think he played so well in this game with so much 1v1 brilliance that made it a lot easier on us generally, like going forward. So amazing plays from Rob, and at the end there he bought so much time, making that distraction on that hill. And then those guys, really were fed to the wolves at the end there, because I was just ripping them up with a scar whilst they were on the edge of the storm. So fantastic plays from us both, and securing the duo royale there. And definitely excited next time, guys, to bring my next gameplay out, because it's with Robior and Gangsters again. It will be a squads gameplay, and I'll be honest with you, it is with a new skin, and I'm very excited to releasing it. And I will make sure to get it out very quickly. And as you can see, Gangsters on the grind there with the new Links emote. And yeah, fantastic. And then the Gangsters joined us for a squad game. Anyway, this was SeReNiiTYzZ, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.